Hello, everyone. I'm the Wombat of DM, and welcome to. Sorry about that. Welcome to sessions 11 of our D&D session on the road to Seregen. I'm the Wombat of DM, as I said, and with me we've got Belzian the half-elf monk, Roger the elf rogue, Ulrich the human paladin, Yarvik, halfling ranger, and Zippo the kobold warlock, joined with Jordan the bard human. Or the human bard, I guess. To go with the naming convention.
Human is my favorite class.
Which one?
Human.
Human, yeah. It's a good class.
I went to school for that, I think.
Yeah, humanities.
Human class.
Human.
Human music.
This is off to a good start, isn't it? So last we left off, we had just finished up our trek in the Goblin Mines and got paid for it multiple ways. You guys milked the contents of that dungeon for all it was worth, getting paid by not only the Mithril brothers, but a strange man called Retsum, who buys creature parts. You also met the mayor in this session and filled in anyone you could think of with what you guys delved in the Mithril Mines. Last we left off, you were planning on meeting Brutus in the Converging Pints bar after he checked out things that went on with Shadow after he left the Mithril Mines, and I believe some people wanted to accomplish some shopping. Also, Amos, I will remind you that your jewelry is ready as of today.
We'll be going to go pick that up.
You do so. Done. Because you paid for it already.
Indeed.
So what would you guys like to do?
I suppose the only plan right now is to save money.
I would like to pick up some handy-dandy fire arrows, but I do not know how to add them to my character sheet.
Sure. So if you go into your character sheet, into the equipment tab,
Okay.
on the right-hand side, so you're in inventory, you see where it says manage inventory on the right-hand side?
Yep.
So a pop-up pops up, and then there's a something that's already opened up at the top called add items. You can filter what it is and then add it.
So what I was running into is I'm not finding fire arrows. I'm finding arrows +1, +2, +3, arrow of slaying, unbreakable arrows, and walloping arrows, but no fire arrows.
Might have to do a customize.
So looking at Roger's, Roger, did you add yours or did you? Yeah, you just did a custom fire arrows and yeah. So you'll just add custom and then it's 1d6 fire damage. Oh, you even noted the GP price. Very good.
They were 5 gold apiece, right?
Right, and you bought 6 of them, so it's a cost of 30.
I bought 10 of them.
Right.
I have 6 left.
Yeah.
I probably will buy another 10, actually.
Where's the custom option at?
So when you go to manage inventory, so add just normal arrows to your equipment, and then you modify them on your. Actually, you know what? That's yeah, and then you so you've added them. You click on the arrows in your inventory, and then you hit customize. Hey, Bestro. You see all that, Yarvik?
I see it. So I can call it fire arrow. Where do I add stats?
So in the notes section of the customization, you can override them to be 5 gold, and you can put 1d6 plus 1d6 damage, basically. Now you'll have to roll that 1d6 separately. It won't automatically calculate when you attack.
Got it. 1d6 fire arrows cost. Well, it says 2.5 gold pieces. So
Fix that so it says 5 by making the custom price. Cost override, it should say.
yeah, so 5.0, right?
Yes.
Yes.
We get 2 bags of ball bearings.
So when you pay for stuff, you'll just manage inventory by changing your currency. So you'll just click on currency and then you can subtract from there by typing in the amount for adjust currency and then hitting remove or add, depending on if you're adding money or subtracting money.
We're gonna do some shopping real quick.
Yeah, feel free, everyone who, if there's something special that you're looking for, we can talk, but any normal items they have, and you'll just need, I'll let you know what the prices are.
How much for a bundle of darts?
Bundle of darts, eh?
And did we use up all of our, like, rope and stuff? Are we gonna reload on our adventuring supplies?
Bag of darts, it comes 10 darts. They're 5 copper pieces per dart.
Oh, 50 copper pieces.
Or 5 silver. Or half a gold.
5 gold per arrow, correct?
Yes.
Okay, got it.
Is there does 5th edition have a non-lethal melee weapon like a sap?
There should be, yeah.
For non-lethal, most of the time, if you make a melee attack, you can call out non-lethal damage.
Yeah,
right,
for
instead of
most
just killing
things,
them.
unless it's like something that's like it's
Sneak
all
attack.
spikes.
Spells you can't do it with, and I don't think you can do it with ranged attacks. I'm not 100% on that.
There are special arrows for it. But,
Yeah, like rubber arrow type things.
yeah,
I
they're called
de-
walloping arrows.
Yeah.
I decapitate them non-lethally.
My 4-pull non-lethal sword.
It's like a nerve. It's made of foam. Yeah.
My 4-pull Nerf bat.
Well,
So anybody else have a hole burning in their pocket?
I'm sure there's more expensive stuff I want to buy, but it would probably take a long time to go get all of them. So
As opposed to saving his money for whenever we get across another magic shop, so you can just buy him something.
what if we have to cross a really expensive bridge?
I'd like to spend all my money so I don't have anything to offer to people who want me to pay them to cross bridges.
I mean, that's why you have this paladin along, isn't it?
He's not here to just pay bills.
He paid for us last time on the last bridge.
I insisted on paying for myself.
Okay, I missed that.
Did I hear something that Ulrich wanted to do?
Oh no, I was just agreeing with what.
Okay. How about Yarvik?
The only thing I would think would be like a better bow, but I'm not sure what that looks like. Did a higher quality bow increase damage, or is that just something you'd have to get a bow with like magical properties to do that?
I don't believe Masterwork is something that's in 5e, right? It's kind of
Right.
Yeah, it's just +1.
Yeah.
More than in other magical
We don't have to delve too deep into it right now. It's just food for thought. We could do that on a sidebar or something like that.
You could go to the magic shop if you wanted to try it out. See if there's anything.
If you mention going to the magic shop in front of Zippo, he'll tell you it's not worth your time unless you have over 4k gold.
Maybe I'll heed Zippo's advice. There may be a better magic shop farther down the road. It seems like they're kind of raking us over the coals here.
Does anybody remember if there was a particular item that that I was complaining about not having while we were in the mines? Besides chalk, I remember chalk.
Chalk was the big one that I remember.
I got 10 pieces of it. We'll have plenty of chalk for the next thing. Do we want to get
Maybe
more
a grappling hook.
Grappling hook might be nice.
And as far as I know, we didn't lose any of our rope.
Yeah, I still have mine.
I'm gonna get a grappling hook.
Okay, thank you. Rope.
I remember lanterns being a good thing, like a metal lantern or something like that has more longevity than a torch.
I've got one. I should probably buy some more oil. I only have 2 flasks of oil, so we'll bump that up to 5 flasks of oil.
Since Yarvik can't see in the dark, is there anything you wanted to buy, like a lamp?
I see there is a lantern, a bullseye style lantern, which basically would equal like a flashlight.
Yeah.
60-foot cone of dim light for additional 60-foot cone of light, bright light in a 60-foot cone, and then dim light for an additional 60 feet. Once lit, burns for 6 hours on 1 flask of oil. That sounds bad. Not too bad. 10 gold.
The only thing I foresee being rough for you is that I won't be able to make a cone of light for you in roll 20.
Why not?
Because it's not directional. It's like a area of effect, isn't it?
Oh, but instead of doing light for him, just do it as his vision, like he has night vision.
Yeah, but it's a cone, so it's like a directional.
Right. We can do that offline. I'll show you how.
Okay, all right.
I mean, if it makes it easier, there's a regular hooded lamp which does just do a 30-foot and 30-foot area of effect. If that makes life a little easier.
Either way, you could even get one of each if you wanted situational.
They sell bottles of spider poison.
No. If you had killed some spiders, you might have been able to extract some of the poison from the spiders.
I said, let's go back.
Hell no.
No.
I think between Zippo's first shatter and his second shatter, we've utterly destroyed any chances of safely extracting spider venom. And by the way, Wombat's grinning.
It was a flight or fight, okay? It's like Zippo's mind is like, oh no, I'm in trouble. Let me just blow stuff up.
I'm not saying you shouldn't have done that. I greatly appreciate the things that you blow up for the party. I'm just saying it's probably not safe to go back to the places where you blew stuff up.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't trust that ladder with even my small self on it.
I was interested to see if you guys chose to go that way or not.
Nope.
The spiders were yucky, and the ladder was unaccommodating. Negative Yelp review incoming.
One out of 5 would not visit again.
Would give it a 0 if I could. Yeah.
Do they have? Is there somewhere where I could buy like a telescoping pole, like a 10-foot pole or something that could be collapsed and expanded onto the place?
Give me there's no gather information anymore, so I guess an insight.
Sure. 21. That will be my only good roll for tonight.
Potentially.
Don't tie any ropes.
So you kind of wander around the shops and ask some questions from some people. You try and describe the device that you mentioned to me, the telescopic pole, and most people are just like, sorry, no, I've never heard of it. They mentioned like if you want just a 10-foot pole, you could probably go to the lumber yard or whatnot, but there doesn't seem to be many mechanists or people that make mechanisms like that, at least not here. I love mid rolls because it's I don't give definitive answers with mid rolls. Instead of a no, it's not here. It's a there might be somebody like that, but I'm not sure. And then you go for a wild goose chase for no reason for like half the session. So good rolls are good for multiple reasons.
Oh, we'll have to ask in some other town. In the meantime, I will get a 10-foot pole.
Okay.
Which I can always abandon if I have to.
So you're going to be just carrying around a 10-foot pole throughout the city today? Okay.
Yeah, why not? If I have to, I'll break it in half.
So a quarterstaff is like usually about 6 feet.
I've got a spear, so I guess
A spear is
I don't
5
really
feet
need-
usually, with a blade on the end. The quarterstaffs are longer because it's more of a it's like a walking stick. It's usually taller than you and a little longer so that you have maneuverability to use it as a weapon. With a 10-foot pole, it's not able to be wielded in that way, and it's usually thicker, so it's like carrying a 2x4 everywhere you go. It's not convenient at all. But
Yeah.
it's better than carrying a canoe.
It's true. I'll probably just keep the spear then.
Okay.
We'll avoid carrying a 2x4
You,
across the country.
let's put it this way. You go to the lumber yard and you order a 10-foot pole, and they bring it out, and you heft it, and you're like, this isn't gonna work. It's so big. And you kind of had a feel for that when you were carrying around the ladder, but for whatever reason, just a long, thin pole, it just doesn't, You also, as you kind of shake it, it feels very wobbly. It's not knotted in the proper ways that say a javelin would be, and I don't mean like a javelin as in a military javelin. I mean like a track and field javelin. Those are wobbly as well, but they're corded in such a way that they're more sturdy.
I mean, the 10-foot pole is for pushing things that are far away,
Right.
not for throwing.
Not for throwing for sure, but I mean, for example, say you lean it up on a wall to climb up, it would be very bendy and wobbly. Whereas a telescopic pole would probably not be as bad.
We need somebody that understands bamboo.
Yes. If you found a bamboo forest, you could probably find yourself a good 10-foot pole.
New quest. No. I'm actually not sure what our plan was going from here, aside from meeting up with the one guy.
I didn't really have any ideas on that one either. I thought I was more going with the flow, you know?
I think Belzian and Ulrich are the ones who have
We're just vibing, just hanging out in Jewel, slice of life.
more like long-standing quests that are easier to move on and continue to carry out.
Yeah.
Any luck finding that book?
Yeah, Belzian's gonna check out the Temple of the 12. I don't know what time of day we ended up at, or if we're staying at the inn for a long rest. But I figured we'd all, meet up and talk about where we're going.
By the time you came out of the mines, it was somewhere around noon, so it's probably around 2. We're a little bit after at this point, so it's getting into the afternoon hours. So it's probably about half past 12 at this point. I'm not 12. Tolu.
Tove? What?
12 is 12. Sorry. So Tolu is 3.
You're speaking a different language.
The 12 gods, my dude. The 12
I've
gods.
heard of them.
Half past Tolu, half Tolu. Just Lu.
Yeah. Approaching Qantas. I get you.
I'm down to go rest and go hunting afterwards. I don't know what we're going to be hunting, but I'm pretty sure if we leave here, we'll be hunted or hunting something.
I second rest. Yarvik is ready to pass out. Also, it's what's the translation for it's 5 o'clock somewhere?
Langelius smiles on everyone.
So Yarvik says, "Look, it's Langelius time somewhere. I'm going for an afternoon cap and then hit the sack. I'll see you guys later."
All right, so Yarvik goes to Converging Pints to get a pint and pass. Who else was looking to sleep? Rest? Was that Zippo?
Yeah.
Okay.
He doesn't really have any spell slots right now, so.
Zippo goes back with Yarvik. Belzian's going to the church.
Yeah, so I'll meet you guys back there later.
Roger will go looking for
A 10-foot pole.
some secret society
Okay.
of
Noted.
assassins stuff.
And Ulrich?
Ulrich is going to start to look for the mayor's son.
Okay. Are you just gonna be like looking around town for a boy that matches the description?
Yeah, I mean, he's gonna investigate as much as he is able. People obviously know who the kid is.
Okay. Give me an investigation check, I would say.
Just a 6.
Okay. Roger, give me an insight. Or how about hang on a sec. I guess give me a knowledge history, actually.
Knowledge history.
Yeah, history check.
That's not really my area of expertise, but I got a 22.
Okay. Belzian, you're going to the church. I'm going to start with Belzian, and I'm going to work my way back, if that's cool. So Belzian, you enter the Church of the 12. Going to my notes to name drop correctly. Molly, the cleric of the church, is in there. She is seems to be crafting something out of wood and leather straps, and sizing it to a familiar man, Cyrus, who's sitting next to her.
Whoa, how much of Cyrus is there?
He's still missing both an arm and a leg, but she's making some sort of leg brace for him to walk on.
Well, is she making like prosthetics or something?
Yeah, she's making a wooden prosthetic that she can strap onto his body, basically.
This is like Sekiro, I think. But yeah, Belzian's gonna go introduce himself since nobody was here last time, and he's gonna express his displeasure that no one was there to say hello. What kind of church are they running? Blessings of the 12 upon you all, of course.
She met you last time, right? When you were in the barracks.
We briefly passed in the barracks, or I wasn't at the barracks that time. I don't think I've actually met Molly. I just have her in my notes.
Yeah, you might have been missing that session. Or no, I think you were with a different group. I think. Yeah. Anyway, you know of Molly, and you both make introductions. Molly kind of does a slight bow, and explains that she apologizes and explains that she was in the barracks with Cyrus, and she gestures to him, and Cyrus kind of gives you a half smile and kind of, hey there.
Hi, Cyrus. How have you been? You're looking great, buddy.
I'm feeling a lot better. And he does, like, he has some color to his cheeks. He's healed as much as he can at this point. He's recovered past the point of he's mostly unconscious and unresponsive. Now he, rather than this like haggard, bloodied mess of a person, he actually he's a young boy, like a young adult, probably 18 or 19, if you would have a guess. And he like, you can see that there's emotions behind the smile he's giving you, but he's genuinely happy to be alive right now and still trying to get over the fact that he was near the brink of death just days ago.
I wonder what kind of therapists they have in Seregen. Yeah. Well, it's good that you're alive there, Cyrus. Glad you could make it. Hang in there. Molly, I was wondering, why aren't there very many people working here? Where is the customer service these days? And what kind of services do you render here?
Well, there's only 2 clerics to this church, Master Belzian.
Only 2?
Myself, and I serve the role as the cleric, and she left to go to the capital. She's our druid. She flew off to summon greater help to heal Master Cyrus here. But once Cyrus is up and able, he will be assisting at the church as well to pay off his debt.
Cyrus, you got a job already? That's pretty good. What do you mean by debt, though? What kind of debt would a mostly half-dead kind of individual incur at a place like this? Are not the services of the gods free for everybody?
Well, she gestures around the church and says, "This church would be in complete disrepair would it not be for the funds that we make helping people. We take a modest fee, but we wouldn't be able to survive if we didn't have received payment for our services. The town does also extend a tithe. The mayor is so gracious enough, but he's been cutting back more and more, and so our services have been costing more and more to make up for it, unfortunately. Your group paid for some of Cyrus's care for the immediate care, but for us to restore a limb or two, it's going to take a good bit of effort. As I've said, we have to even summon a cleric from the capital to assist him. There aren't many clerics in the church, as you know. We lost a lot in the war and have yet to recover our number. There are many that are training in the capital and other areas of the world, but, well, it's just myself and my partner here in Jewel.
A very sad state of affairs, it seems. What is the name of the druid who flew to the capital?
Deru.
Ah, Beirut.
Deru.
Ah, Deru. So the mayor has been cutting down on donations. Why do you think that would be? What's holding him back? We met the mayor recently, and it's my first time meeting a mayor, and I was pretty excited, but overall he was pretty disappointing.
Well, he explains that more taxes are going to the king, and that with all the military incursions recently, which we've had a hand on helping the soldiers with, have created greater costs to the city for keeping it safe. We only have the amount we have because I've argued that we need it to assist him in keeping, well, our soldiers alive and healed, and the shelves of potions stocked and whatnot.
Well, it does seem like you're doing a good job here, and I'm sorry to hear that you're not getting ample compensation for it anymore. I would like to make a donation to this church. Would you accept my gold? I have 420 gold pieces to drop on the church today.
You're giving me 420 gold pieces?
I'm giving it to everybody.
Well, yeah. My apologies. You're giving us? What? Master Belzian, we could never hope to repay such generosity. What?
Just pay it forward like you're doing. Although I do have a couple of problems of my own I was wondering you could help me with.
Anything.
You like books. I really like books. I've read every single book at the library that I used to volunteer at, but there is one book. I have the cover of this book, I think.
You have a piece of the cover.
A piece of the dust cover. I think it's purple. I don't know.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen a book like this?
Do you hand her the scrap of paper?
Yes.
This isn't much of a book, is it?
I don't know. It's very mysterious. Somebody checked out the rest of the book a long time ago, and I'm trying to find it.
I could see if it's somewhere in the city.
Where else would books exist in the city? Is there a library I could check out?
There are private libraries that some citizens have a few books. The mayor himself prides himself on a collection of many things, and I'm sure some books are a part of that collection. But I could, given that you have a piece of this book, I could see through my connection to the gods if it is anywhere nearby. I could go on a walk of the city and use the scrap of paper and see if it's anywhere within the limits of the city.
If you have any spare time to ever do something like that, I would greatly appreciate it. Please get back to me at the inn at your earliest convenience. I don't know if I'm going to hang around Jewel much longer if I can't find this book here, but I would greatly appreciate the help. The other order of business I've come to check in, do you have any holy water? I recently almost died, and I feel like stocking up on potions and things would be very helpful in the future.
I suppose I could make you some, but most of the time holy water doesn't really do much to assist in terms of healing. Holy water is something that, well, if it's something evil, it'll damage that thing.
I have a great feeling it will assist me in detecting the forces of evil,
I see.
which seem to be on the rise these days.
Yes, I could make you a few. In fact, I could take a small percentage of your donation to give back to you. I could make you 4 holy water potions.
Ooh. That's 4 more than I had already. Thank you very much, Molly. I really appreciate it. Before I go, is there anything I could do to help you, liven this place up a bit?
She kind of looks around and says, "Not that I can think of, but your donations will certainly help keep this church to the blessings it should be. Thank you. You've done quite enough, Belzian." And she says, "When I go on my rounds in the city at sunset, I will do a tour of the city, and I'll see if I can locate this object. Is it okay if I hold on to this scrap of paper?"
Only if you can guarantee its safe return. It's all I have of the book right now.
I understand. I will keep it safe.
Thank you. Belzian gives his blessings, gives Cyrus a high five, and takes his leave.
Okay.
Wait, he's left, yeah. High fives with the appropriate hand based on which hand Cyrus has left, and then he leaves.
Cyrus, bye, Belzian.
See ya.
I'll see you again.
I like that guy. We saved him, and now he's our friend. Maybe we'll make more friends in the future.
All right, so that's Belzian. Ulrich or Roger, who would like to go next?
You go ahead.
All right, so Ulrich, you do an investigation of the city. You are trying to... could you remind me what you're trying to do again with that investigation?
Really just trying to find the mayor's son.
Right,
You know, any leads I can. Ultimately, it seems like the mayor doesn't care about his son, and it also seems like the mayor is clearly hiding something, so figured this was an inn.
Sure. You kind of... You keep an eye out for children in the area, and you even ask a few people and children about the mayor's son, if they've interacted with him lately. Everyone pretty much gives you the same types of answers that you received from Broden in terms of the son. At one point, there was rumors that he had disappeared. But the mayor basically quashed those rumors and said, no, he's not missing. He's at home. And there's even been sightings of the son in the town center around, near City Hall. But basically, most people give you the impression that the mayor's son is a little shit and running off constantly.
Right.
You also know that the reports of the son missing were from the wife, the mayor's wife, not the mayor himself.
Yeah. So I mean, that's part of the whole problem of this, as far as if the mayor's saying one thing and the mother's saying the other.
Right.
So.
She hasn't given any public statements since the initial disappearance.
I mean, I guess that's, depending on who Ulrich is asking, at some points, maybe he'll also inquire, where was, I'm sorry, I don't actually know her name, but the boy's mother, has she been seen since she put up the signs?
She's been seen putting up the signs around town, even as early as, or as recent as yesterday.
Right. All right. So, but she's made no public statement. All right. Well, where does she spend her day? Does she have an occupation, a role of some sort, or does she stay in the house?
She serves in City Hall. At least that's what it seems to be. She assists in keeping the house, basically.
All right. Well, ultimately, he'll be going there to just have a chat with her.
Okay. So you go to City Hall. The same scene as before in terms of the entrance. The secretary to the mayor is sitting at the front desk, and she greets you by name. Sir Ulrich, welcome back. Are you here to meet with the mayor once again?
Well, maybe, and I imagine Ulrich would have gotten her name. Both the aide as well as the mayor's wife.
Yes. So let me bring that up. I wish I had these right off the cuffs, the tip of my tongue, but here we are. So, the woman at the front desk is a half-elf named Melody. The wife of the mayor is Lorraine. And the son's name is Rufus.
Okay. Yeah, he would say, all right, I mean, it's good to see you again, Melody. I know it's only been a little bit here, but I'm wondering if maybe Lorraine might be available. I understand he produces one of the letters or the signs. I understand she's word after Rufus here, and I just thought maybe she could give me some insight, as I'm getting some conflicting accounts.
You want to speak with Lorraine? I'm sorry. She left last night. The mayor actually is a little upset about it. She left the city last night. I'm sorry. I can't help you with meeting her.
Oh, that's not your fault at all. You don't need to apologize, but, you know what took her out of town? Or...
She took her son, Rufus, and left town with him. There's, that's pretty much all I can say on the matter. Unfortunately, I'm sorry.
I mean, does he get the sense that she's at all being, like, shifty about this? Or...
She's being apologetic that she doesn't want to say more.
Right.
As if something's keeping her from telling you more.
Right.
And that's a free insight check for you. She's not hiding that fact at all.
Right. All right. Well, I do appreciate it. I mean, you don't know which way she went, did you? Did you, brother?
She went east, I believe.
And gosh, I don't know if this is really my place, but would the mayor at all like to make sure that that she and his boy are doing safe and well? Would like to send maybe an entourage on to see after their well-being?
Well, she did take one of our private guards with her. So I'm sure she's safe. She took one of the mayor's carriages and whatnot, but I wouldn't worry about it. Yes, it's a worrisome thing. I miss Milady tremendously, but hopefully she'll be returning to us soon.
Yeah, I'm sure she will. Well, thank you so much, Melody. You know what? Don't trouble the mayor too much. On my account, I'll just go ahead and see myself out.
Okay. One thing I will give you as well is you met with the mayor earlier today. So this happened. He didn't seem too perturbed or whatnot.
Right.
But the information that you got from last session in terms of the mayor, you might want to read the campaign summary under a new light because of that.
I'm with you.
Otherwise, so something's going on here, but obviously Melody doesn't really want to say or can't say what, and the only person that you've surmised you could talk to find out what's going on has left the building.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Or at least is willing to talk about it freely.
Yep.
Time for some enhanced interrogation.
Anything else, Ulrich?
Nope. Ulrich's gonna head back to Converging Pines.
Okay, sounds good. That leaves us with Roger. So Roger, your history check was to know, to kind of get a feel for the town and feel out where the best place to signal would be. So you go to the north eastern part of town to this building here. You
about seeing the town map.
Okay. So now we're on the town map. So you go up to the north eastern part of town after following a few symbols that have been etched into the upper eaves of some buildings. And you go up to this building and light your lantern with that special tinder that you use. The flame glows blue, and this would be probably a little bit more towards sunset, by the way. So a little time has passed that you've spent looking for this. So it's probably about 6:30, 7 o'clock at this point, where you light the flame that's blue, and you wait. About 15 minutes go by, and you hear a voice from the darkness behind you. It says, "The flames of Jane glow brightly."
Make the appropriate response call sign, which Roger would have memorized, of course.
Of course. The proper phrasing is "brighter still tomorrow."
Brighter still tomorrow.
Welcome to Jewel, Roger. How can I help you?
Well, I'm here to provide a report, or maybe a brief summary anyway. What I'm sure the Flames already know a bit about, and to ask for what to do next. Ari was a disaster. Got the target, and that was about the only thing that went right. Now traveling with a group of other adventurers, a motley party of people.
Did you recover anything from the target?
We had to leave as fast as possible. We had to explain discreetly to the town guard enough to get Ulrich and I and the rest of the group that were embroiled in this out of the city. But unless they took something, no.
So one thing I will give you is Ulrich did get a sheet of paper out of the noble's pocket that had plans on it of some sort of device.
Oh, I remember you mentioning this.
Yeah.
Like good 2 months ago.
Yeah, probably longer than that, but yeah, that's Ulrich's
okay.
trinket.
So let me revise that.
Yeah, and that's fine.
Yeah.
You can account for that, but I'm taking the moment to remind you of that detail.
We got a sheet of paper detailing a mechanical device, or it has that paper.
Copy that. Any insight on what the device is?
No idea. My area of expertise is with knives, not with mechanisms.
Sorry, my cat is attacking the window. Midna. Off the screen, Midna. Give me 1 sec. What are you doing? She's giving me some back sass too.
I believe we're going to be heading in the direction of Jane soon. Once we finished the remainder of the group's business in Jewel, so perhaps we can deliver it directly.
There's a bob of the hooded head. That would be fine. The northern road there is to the north a group of bandits that are filled with insurrectionists and have been attacking groups along the road. Might be something up your group's alley. Their leader is said to be named Shadow.
Oh, we've encountered someone by that name. Made suggestions of being an insurrectionist.
Really?
And Roger explains the entire Goblin Mine adventure up to the point where they encountered Shadow and he ran off, leaving the symbol of the Traitor Prince.
He kind of has a bit of frustration in his voice when he responds, and he says he was here. Well,
Would
if you
have
see,
told you sooner, but I only learned today.
your assignment is to kill him on sight if you see him again.
Understood.
Any information you can gather from him about any other groups within his control would be excellent as well. He's been slithering out of our grasp quite a bit lately. He was connected with the noble you killed in Ari as well.
He stole quite a bit of gold from one of the mining operations here. Half of what was supposed to be our bounty for dealing with their goblin problems. Apparently, he threatened their treasure at knife point.
It's odd that he would try and earn the gold as opposed to just taking it.
All of the insurrectionists think strangely to me, so.
Anything else to report?
None yet.
Any-
Work has been well. Our new companions seem trustworthy. Although
none of them raise any flags in our group. You choose your companions well. Make sure to continue to do so.
And Belzian, the monk that's traveling with us, is looking for a book. Perhaps we could maybe earn more of his trust if we could offer some information to him about it. Have you heard of such a thing?
What do you know
Coming
of the
through
book?
town. He has a scrap of paper. It was stolen from a library far to the south of here.
By who? Anybody? Do you know who the individual was?
There's not much to go on, I'll admit.
Okay, well, I don't know of any books, but I'll see what I can find out. If we knew a description of the person, that might help.
I'll keep that in mind.
Should you wish to communicate out of person, you can leave a message with us with Brutus at the Converging Pints. He's an informant of ours.
No, I'll keep that in mind.
He offers you a water skin.
Should I drink this?
It's traditional for when two assassins meet to drink each other's water.
No, I'll offer him mine then.
Okay. You both take a swig. He hands you back his and fades off into the night.
That'll go back to Converging Pints.
All right.
Train.
So Converging Pints is pretty lively tonight. Some of the group have been there for a bit, rest and relaxation, or maybe even, has anybody actually gone to bed, or is it more like eating and drinking and being merry? Yarvik and Zippo.
Zippo's probably like ate a little bit and then been playing with as much water as he can get his hands on with shape water, and just making that like a whole little like mini story out of shape water. And then after probably doing that for a solid hour, I would say, Zippo probably would get bored of everybody in the thing and just go back to bed with Brunhild.
Okay. One thing that you found is that every time you shaped water into ice, Broomhild would instantly want to like jump on it and attack it and chase it or like bat it around on the ground. So what you found is like half of the things that you made were destroyed by your dog, but you it's kind of like one of those things where it's like you kind of made extra things just for her to play with.
Yeah, 100%.
Yarvik?
Yarvik tied one on and repeatedly insisted that he knew nothing about the Zippo person or all of this crazy stuff that he was doing on the other side of the bar and was in no way financially responsible for any of it, and then went upstairs and passed out.
Okay. Jordan ate and drank some and then played a set for the bar. And that's what, Roger, you walk into. Belzian and Ulrich, you probably have been there for a bit at this point. That's kind of why I went in the order that I did. Belzian's took the least amount of time, whereas Ulrich's took a little bit longer, and Roger actually took the longest because he had to wait till nightfall. By this time, Broden, Sergeant Broden has come to Converging Pints and is sitting at a table. He's reserved it for you folk. It's one of the booths. So I assume one by one, those of us who are not sleeping or performing go over to Broden to meet.
Hey, we're VIPs.
Belzian shoddies the booth part, because you know how there's like the booth and then like some people still have to sit on the chairs on the other side of the table.
Mm-hmm.
He's all about that booth life.
Got it.
Sorry, wait. What did I miss?
I know.
What was that?
Roger will walk up to the rest of the group. I'm assuming they're all there before him and say, sorry I'm late. What did I miss?
Round, and he hands you a tankard.
Oh no. We'll have to catch up.
Broden is obviously trying to relax. He's off shift, and with the goblin threat diminished at this point, he's trying to actually de-stress for the first time in quite a few days. He feels that the town's fairly safe at this point, and with the added fortifications that Yarvik pointed out, could definitely help protect the town. He's feeling pretty secure at the moment. He's like, and the lieutenant should be back tomorrow. I don't have to play leader anymore. So he's pretty excited about that. His gruff voice is kind of lost its gruff. He's just kind of. It's like he carried his stress in his voice a bit. Like, you know what I mean?
It was just like his authoritative work voice.
Yeah, it's very much like that. You know how like you get on the phone to answer a call for work and it's a completely different voice than your normal voice. Good afternoon, how may I help you? Hey, what's up? Like, it's a big difference.
You broke what?
So after a long drink, he says, so, talk to the guards. Shadow definitely left. He left on horseback about midday today. Single horse. He did not cross the bridge, so he must have gone north.
That matches up with what I heard.
He kind of gives you a quizzical look and he's like, did you also talk to the guards?
Talked to a lot of people. That's why I'm late.
Understood. Well, he didn't actually sign in with the guard, and we don't take checkouts, just check-ins. So our census is one way. We keep books of people entering. Shipments are tracked in and out, but somehow he slipped past the entrance undetected. Trust me, those guards got a talking to. You can tell as he's talking about work, his voice is lowered and gotten gruffer again.
Don't be too hard on him.
Right. He can look like what he was, so chances are he just, changed his face to be someone the guards didn't need to count in.
Or stepped through the walls.
That's also possible.
It's what it seemed like he did while we were down in the mines. So.
Yep, that would be inconvenient.
Hey, you wouldn't happen to know, because I'm interested in, of course, going after our good friend Shadow there, but along the way we might have reason to go a little easternly. You wouldn't happen to know who Lorraine Hearthbringer went with last night, who among their private guard?
Oh. Well, none of the guard really like the mayor's private guard because they're not part of the city guard.
Right.
They're only hired help.
Mm-hmm.
We don't really have much communication with them, mainly because they don't communicate with us. You would think that the mayor would have, a direct line of communication with, the people that guard the town. But, Lorraine said that he kind of stops himself before he continues on and says, I can't really talk about it.
All right, no worries. Ulrich downs the rest of his drink, says, well, I'm empty. Anyone else need a drink?
I'll take another.
Say, Broden, have another one. You've had a rough week.
Absolutely, just going to get this guy toasted.
Sergeant, you look a little bit stressed. Take a load off.
I see where this is going. How many drinks are you buying, Broden?
As many as he will take while I can still keep him awake.
Okay. Let's do some Constitution saving throws. And I'll do one for each round, and the check will get lower as we go.
Who has a good medicine skill?
After the third round, Broden is more rosy around the cheeks and smiling a little bit more genuinely. And touching his nose quite a bit.
So, yeah, it's just hard out there, isn't it? Hey, what did you say the name was of that private guard who went with Lorraine last night?
The guard hit. What was his name? I think it was Michael.
Michael, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Fucking
you know,
asshole.
It must be a saint to deal with that kid of the mayor's, though.
I mean,
Yeah,
he means well, but recently he's just stirred up all kinds of fucking trouble, and I don't need this right now. He's been... Seems like any type of noise complaint or complaint around town, he has something to do with.
Yeah. One thing I just don't understand is why'd Lorraine leave in such a hurry?
I don't know.
Probably gonna haul the kid off.
She took Rufus with her, so I assume she's doing something a little bit more drastic than just punishing him. Maybe taking him to one of those fucking monasteries out in the country and having them talk some sense into him. You know.
Yeah, that might be it.
No offense, Belzian. Sorry, but
None taken. Oh no.
That's it. East of here is just swampland, isn't it? Maybe she'll teach him how to swim.
Did I say east? I meant west. So.
East.
Oh.
East, west. What's the difference?
East. Yeah, there's no road to the east, so she wouldn't have been able to go that way. Yeah, she went over the bridge. Probably out toward the Reach.
DM question, because I was a little curious about that. Did Melody mean she went to the Eastern Road, or that she went east?
I made an error as a DM and said that she went east. So she went west.
Yep.
It's
to the east,
I mainly accidentally say east constantly because of the East Coast that I live on. I don't know why. It's just a thing.
East Coast, Beast Coast.
Yes.
Cool. All right, well, it's really none of my business. I just curious, Mayor seemed like an interesting fella.
That's one way of putting it. And he kind of covers his mouth.
He certainly thinks he's interesting.
And he's like, did I say that out loud?
Yeah. We're all friends here.
Does the mayor's wife normally leave town with her son on a regular basis? Does she have, like, Mrs. Mayor duties to do? Is she peddling some wares? Does she own a triangle scheme type situation where she's the boss mom?
Well, the mayor and the mayor's wife, they kind of work together to run the town. She keeps the house, but she also keeps him in line. And, well, I mean, without her, the mayor can still work pretty well, but, you know, they work as a team, you know? Kind of like
No, I
how
don't know.
Ulrich and Roger work as a team.
Oh. Which one of Ulrich and Rogers the mayor of this group?
That's a good question. Ulrich, Roger, what do you think?
The one who, I don't really know what their dynamic is, so I don't want to speak to that. But
Ulrich is the big spoon.
I'm gathering that I like Lorraine better than I do Lucian.
We've never met her.
Yeah, that's exactly my point.
That's why we like her more.
He kind of brushes Ulrich off a second, and he says, "Roger, do you like to collect a lot of things? Like, are you a pack rat?"
Roger will open his backpack and show the giant stack of ball bearings and caltrops and chalk. I just got these today.
and he just points at Roger and says, "That's the mayor for you."
I heard that the mayor does own a lot of interesting things, including a weird library of books. Have you seen this guy's collection of books?
It's like he has a collection of all things.
I haven't gone into any of that building aside from the main area of City Hall. I have not been in his private home, and frankly, I'm fine with that.
Ain't nothing in there for working class folks like ourselves.
I got plenty of other stuff to deal with aside from that mess.
What else you been dealing with there, Broden? How's the Naga situation going? Is it still nagging you?
I don't want to talk about that right now.
All good, fellow.
And he's genuinely is just like, enough with the Naga. Like that's all he thinks about all day. You get the impression of.
So, fellas, what do we do from here? What shall we do tomorrow?
Well, it sounds like we need to talk a little bit more about our friend Shadow. Head that way.
I definitely like to wrap up that loose end.
I hate to admit it, but that shadow guy made me a little bit angry.
Oh, you guys are gonna leave the town? You just got here.
Well,
We're just gonna help out north for a little bit. Don't mean we're gone forever.
I heard that there were bandits up that way, and Shadow might be related to them. Perhaps we could solve another problem of yours on our way out, or at least assist.
We do like to help.
Fair enough.
We'll be back. Ulrich is now part owner of one of the mines here.
Oh, Mr. Moneybags.
That's what my family name is. And besides, even when we're gone, we'll always be in your heart. And he pokes his chest real hard.
He just kind of rubs his chest and mm-hmm. You need another round, Ulrich. And he and he calls for another round.
How much money should I be subtracting, by the way?
So you bought 3 rounds for you and the sergeant. Are you buying for anybody else?
Yeah, of course. 3 rounds for everyone.
Okay,
Selvian
so
is only drinking water.
3 gold, 10 silver. or the 3 gold, 5 silver. Excuse me. It would be very silly for me to say 3 gold, 10 silver, because that would be 4 gold.
Alright. Done. I'm destitute now.
Oh jeez.
no. How are we going to get over these toll bridges now?
With the
I'll have to
old-fashioned
use
way.
the other money I have.
I have another pocket just for tolls. 1 second.
This is my. They take Amex, right?
Seregen X.
Seregen Express.
Yeah. Oh my
Wait,
god,
I thought
that
was
works.
a generation.
Too young for American Express. It's okay.
All right. So the night goes on. Jordan stops playing eventually. Comes over and has a pint with you guys, and probably like the last pint you guys have, and then it's pretty late at that point. So I assume you're all going to bed, or you're going to discuss before bed or after you wake up?
I think Ulrich would ask Roger a little bit about what he found. Like, Ulrich's not an idiot. If you said you spoke with some people, he might inquire a little bit about more details that you may have been withholding. But beyond that,
Yeah, Roger will probably relay some of that information in private, or at least once broken to whoever the rest of the party is here. That Shadow is the leader of a group of insurrectionist bandits to the north, and then to Ulrich. My new mission is to kill Shadow. Or our new mission is to kill Shadow.
yep, that's fine by me.
And then if you need to leave a message, I can do that.
Yeah, I don't think I got anything to relay, but that does track. I mean, Rita did say that there was a conspirator amongst our midst, and well, that would have been Shadow.
At the very least,
So
He also left the insurrectionist symbol on the wall when
right,
he left.
it's just too easy.
that is true. I did forget that.
It adds up.
Yeah, you're right. The drinks really do add up, and the memory kind of begins to subtract. Have enough, and it feels like 2 weeks have passed.
And when we eventually reach Jane, we can deliver those plans that we took from the man in Ari.
Yeah, that sounds fun with me. I think we should make some copies of the plans just so we have for our records.
That's probably wise.
Do either of you have forging documents or?
No, but we got a
Drafting
real
documents.
artistic friend.
Oh, yeah.
Hey Jordan, can you make a copy of this?
And send copies.
Jordan looks at the paper and says, "What is this?"
I have no idea, but we don't want to have just one of them.
Yeah, I could work on this. And he looks at it a moment and says, "Isn't this the symbol that we saw in the mines?" And he points to the bottom left corner, and sure enough, there's 3 diamonds with one filled in and the other 2 empty. The top one is filled in.
Yep. Ulrich took that from the man we killed in Ari. you remember that debacle. How could you forget that debacle?
It all happened so quickly.
He just kind of
This-
shakes his head.
He and Shadow are part of the same organization opposing the Crown. These are some plans of theirs, and we don't want to have just one copy if something were to happen to it.
Fair enough. I'll work on this.
Thanks.
Roger, you said you may have inquired with your very mysterious friends about this book I'm looking for.
They, without knowing who took the book, it's hard to track down. If you could find some information, either more about the book itself or the person who might have it.
Indeed, I perhaps have neglected that. I do know that a gnomish fellow checked the book out, and he was apparently very sinister, and only the dirtiest of people wouldn't return a library book, so I'm inclined to agree with that. So perhaps we're looking for a gnome as well as a book.
I'll tell them to keep an eye out for any left-handed gnomes.
Blessings upon you.
So, Belzian's bio states that the book was taken by a strange gnome named Lumen Banefellow.
Banefellow. No relation.
So he does also know the name.
Well, Roger will take the time in the morning probably to communicate that via his contact.
Okay.
Regarding the book.
Very kind of you.
What use is it being in a secret society of spies if I can't use them to help my friends?
It's not a secret if you tell us all about it all the time.
But it is a secret in that you can't learn any of the information we have. So I guess Roger will go to bed also.
I'd say that's all the Belzian business for the day.
All right.
Do I
And
heal my ankle?
everybody can heal. Belzian, you probably should have talked to Molly about that when you were at the church, right? Now that I think about it. Because you need magical healing in order to heal that.
Here's
Okay.
400. Here's 420 gold. I have a sprained ankle.
Yeah, so let's just say that while you were meeting with her, she heals your sprained ankle.
Thank you, DM. Yeah, I had in my notes that a long rest would get rid of it. But,
Yeah, I
thank you for
might have said that, but let's just do it this way instead. That way you're able to walk around the city okay. Yeah, and fair, a long rest would probably still heal it, but I'm sure she'd heal you on the house for that, and she probably would have noticed your limp coming in. All right, so with that, everybody can heal by clicking on the long rest button at the top of your character sheets. And while you're doing that, let's take a short rest out of character by taking a 10-minute break.
See you shortly.
See you guys shortly. Welcome back from our break. So we're going to get started with the next day. Everybody rested and woke back up. And Zippo awakens to kind of a pulsing feeling from his ring. Okay. No, I didn't. Thank you for the reminder to unmute. But luckily, nobody said anything about me yet. So, except for Zippo just said, "I will enter it."
I shall indeed inquire into the ring. Some buzzing words.
I sensed that you wished to speak with me, Zippo.
Sorry, I had to get my voice ready. Yes, I would like to acquire more powers, more of the ability to conquer what I can.
What power do you wish?
Something flashy, something that is like lightning, something that people will notice if I use it.
There's a pause. You can almost feel the wheels turning. Comes a low rumble. There may be some way I can help. But it is at a cost, of course.
What is the cost?
Your soul. No, I'm just kidding, Zippo.
It's already yours. I don't know what else I could have done for that one.
There will be a time when I will make a request. And I wish that you do not ask a question when I ask it. You will know this time. Call it a favor. Yes, I can grant you some power of a servant of mine. Or power from... Your language is so strange, Zippo. An ornament appears in front of you. Looks like a medallion with a spiraling symbol to it. Zippo, you can place that image in chat if you'd like. In the Discord, I guess. This necklace holds the power you seek, but it is not a reliable one. You may only draw from this power so long as you possess it. And eventually, should you use it for long enough, there will be none left to take.
I accept. And Zippo will grab the necklace if it's within his reach.
As you grab for it, he kind of playfully, they. The one thing I can't really do with my voice is do two voices at once. It's a female and a male voice that are talking at the same time, for those of you listening.
We can get a filter for that if you want for next time.
Yeah, sure. They dangle it away from you for a moment, playfully, and then it settles down into your hand. You hear a low but distinct chuckle before you leave the ring.
Okay, I'll put it on before I leave the ring. That way,
Okay.
I guarantee I take it with me.
Yeah.
And then I'll pop out of the ring next to Brunhild.
Okay. Broomhild all but pounces you as you exit the ring, worried that you disappeared momentarily.
As I come back, I'll pet her and be like, "It's okay, Brunhild, it's okay. I do that sometimes. You'll get used to it. You'll be the ring carrier."
excuse me. This necklace will allow you to take levels in Storm Sorcerer, whatever.
Yeah, Storm Sorcerer.
Storm Sorcerer. I will let you know if you cannot take another level in it or not. You'll know from my description when that occurs, if it occurs, depending on how many levels you use of it, and if there are any consequences for such an event. The item has a slight whitish, greenish glow when you utilize it. So keep that in mind when you describe things.
Okie dokie.
I think that's everything that we talked about, correct? I don't know if I missed anything.
I think that was it.
So basically, for those of you in the party that are wondering what happened here, Atomic wanted to multi-class, but I didn't. The Storm Sorcerer. There's like a whole bunch of ways to explain it, and we didn't want to have it be like where lightning hits the tavern and all of a sudden now he's a Storm Sorcerer on top of everything else. So I developed a way where this would work, where he'd be able to start taking this multi-class. At what cost? Who knows? But there it is.
He can always get struck by lightning later.
Absolutely. It might be even purposeful. He might call lightning on himself just to injure things around him.
A shocking development.
Zing!
It'll be
It's actually Zap.
So,
Like Sorcerer Warlock or Warlock Sorcerer?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
All charisma, all the time.
Exactly.
all right. So, what are you guys doing?
I will pass the information about the book thief, Mr. Lumen Banefellow, and the fact that he is a sinister gnomish fellow, off to Brutus.
Okay. And as a reminder, Brutus is the barkeep at the tavern at Converging Pints.
Was he working last night?
He was.
Was he hooking us up? Okay.
He is there in the morning as well. So he closed and opened.
What a
Jesus
hard-working
Christ.
informant guy.
You do remember that there was another kid that ran the bar sometimes. On the first night, I believe he ran the morning. Why he's not working this morning, you don't know.
That would be inconvenient for what we're trying to do.
I mean, yeah, but I actually have a reason why he's there this morning. So it's not for your convenience, it's for mine.
I mean, that is the person who, for the DM's convenience, is the most convenient thing.
The breakfast is duck sausage and pancakes.
Oh, heck yeah.
Thank you.
Yarvik is currently on his second plate, along with a healthy, a large stein of beer.
They're serving stout this morning.
Oatmeal stout. Let's go.
Oh, God.
Drinks like a meal.
Breakfast stout.
It's stout. Yeah, you got to eat it with a knife and fork. It's great. You just dip your sausage in there. It's awesome.
Just to check, is Shade back yet?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I've been here. I just was listening.
Okay.
Hooray.
I started
Yeah.
not sure if you had come back yet or not, but I figured
Sorry,
by the time.
realized I didn't unmute and then it was too late. So.
Oh, okay, no problem.
Welcome back.
We have duck sausage and pancakes.
Please have a seat.
Yep.
And
We shall
oatmeal
nosh.
Sure.
Belzian will relay to everybody the information that he found out from Molly the cleric about Deroot, or spelling, the druid who flew to the capital to get more help. How there's like nobody's being a cleric these days because everybody died in the war. The funding for the Church of the 12 is going down because the king is demanding more taxes. There's more military incursions. Money is tight. I think that's about all the info I gleaned.
That's why we're adventurers, not guild artisans.
Jordan kind of goes, here, and holds up his stout.
If we have no more business in the town, we'll done our shopping, our information gathering and such. Shall we head off to the north?
What are we going to do in the north other than look around? What's going on up there? We're just chasing this shadow fellow?
Chasing the shadow fellow, and Ulrich and I have one document in particular to deliver to some of our associates at the capital.
Oh,
I would very much like to Eldritch Blast Shadow in the face.
Also, I think most of us have a personal vendetta against you at this point.
I will grapple him and then sit on him on the ground, and then you can do whatever you want.
I like that idea. We'll torment him with Mind Spike first.
Well, whatever works.
I very much don't like that guy. Trying to take my money.
Do they have oatmeal stout up north?
One way to find out, Yarvik.
I'm sure they have beer everywhere, Yarvik.
Adventuring oatmeal stout await.
Everybody's ready then. I know
Shall
me
we?
and Brunhild are.
The barkeep comes up to you and says, "Looks like you need some napkins to help clean up." And he hands, because you guys were voraciously eating, you've left quite a mess. And he hands each of you some napkins. Roger, you get quite a few napkins, like 3 or 4 napkins instead of the one that everybody else gets.
I'll take a quick look at the napkins and pocket any of them that appear to be relevant.
Yeah, there's one that is actually a sheet of paper.
I'll read that as soon as we're in a private place.
Okay. Having communicated where you were staying, Belzian, and by the way, you guys paid for 3 days, and this is your this was your third night at the Converging Pints, so you've actually, accurately put down the amount of time that you were going to be staying there. Very good.
You know how to beat goblins.
Molly enters the tavern entrance and sees your group and comes up to Belzian, holding out the piece of paper to you.
Oh, good golly, Miss Molly, what have you got for us?
I took a tour around town last night, and I was not able to locate any book matching this page. I'm sorry, Belzian. I tried. It must not be here, or it's somewhere my spells cannot reach.
How far do your spells reach?
Well, 1,000 paces in any direction. I can feel a sense an object, but some substances do block my detection.
That is fair. I think you did a great job, but I'm not surprised you didn't find anything. It's much too early in my adventure. I thank you for your help. Belzian will take back the book scrap and thank Molly profusely for fixing his foot and other things, wishing the church the best of luck.
Thank you again for your generous donation, Master Belzian. I can't thank you enough.
Oh, well, don't thank me. Thank the 12.
How's your ankle feeling, by the way?
Belzian like kicks a bar stool, just like, "Huzzah!" And it like is immediately immolated.
Brutus clears his throat loudly and continues to clean the bar. Oh, well, well, I'm glad you're feeling better. Well, perhaps we'll see you again, Master Belzian?
Thank you, Molly. I will check in next time I am around Jewel.
Excellent. May the 12 bless you. And she leaves.
What a nice lady. R.I.P. Stool.
Just say, don't go pissing off the bartender. That's the most important person to like at least 2 or 3 of us here.
Jordan kind of leans over and picks the stool up and puts it back down.
Well, if we have no more business in town, shall we?
I'm ready.
Yep.
All right.
Nothing left to do.
So you leave the Converging Pints and begin, I guess, heading back west.
Weren't we going to go out the... I guess there's...
Consult the map.
Yeah,
So the reason I said the East Road is because, yeah, okay, I see where you're going with that, Shaden. You're correct. Yeah, the East Road, yes, is west of town, but it's the easternmost road in the kingdom. So it's called the East Road. It's the eastern
We're
thoroughfare.
going west on the East Road.
You're going west to the East Road.
Okay.
Because if
we'll
you
also be going west on the East Road, but we are going west to the East Road also.
wouldn't you be going north along the East Road?
Well, we have to go west first.
Yes. Anyway.
And then
Let's go.
back to the world map?
Yes. All right. So, you pass by the town gate and continue west down the road, heading from Jewel to the East Road, which kind of converges with the basically the East Road is what you were following along originally when you encountered the ogres. So that intersection that just blipped there is indeed where the East Road meets the road to Jewel. I assume, Amethyst, that at some point you are going to take a look at that note.
Yes, as soon as we have a private moment without, an entire bar's worth of people around us.
Yeah, so as you step outside of the inn, or as you guys are heading out, I will note you guys did find horses, correct? Like, you have mounts now.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure
We
Ulrich
have
bought them
2
all.
horses to carry to draw a wagon.
Right.
Did we get a wagon?
Yes, we have a wagon with 2 horses, covered wagon.
It's like Oregon Trail now.
Yeah.
Now we can all die of dysentery. I mean,
Ulrich has it covered in terms of travel. Haha.
This is awesome. I'm going to go shoot 4,000 pounds of meat, but only going to be able to take 50 back.
you could take 200 back in the Virgin Oregon Trail that I played.
That depends on how much you already have.
Oh, true.
All right, so the note says that Lumen left town 8 days ago. Or passed through town 8 days ago.
Lumen or Shadow or
Lumen.
Lumen, the bookman.
okay.
Good to know.
What?
But he did come through here.
trail is hot, it seems. How long is a week in this world? Is it 7 days still?
6 or 7. 7.
Does it alternate?
No, it's 6. It's 6. It's 6. Sorry,
A week.
I'm
is great.
getting my different campaigns confused. Yeah,
Well, it's so 2 weeks can be 12, of course.
right.
Each day
It's
of the week, each day of the fortnight has a god associated with it, I assume.
so each day is attributed to pairing of two gods, and what the theme of their opposing sides are.
It would be like the day of one, and then like the night of the other, and then there's 6 for a total of 12.
More like there's a name for the pairings, and there's 6 pairings. So like life and death, fate and luck, etc., etc. You can learn all about that on the calendar that I made for everybody.
Hooray! Setting lore.
Thank you for your continued efforts, by the way.
No problem.
The setting document is awesome.
Yeah, so it's Sendane, Emodane, Anidane, Nolidane, Creadane, and Destidane.
What date is today?
Let me check the calendar. That's a good question. You know what? I'm going to have to do that on my phone. So while I'm looking that up, I assume you guys are going to continue traveling up when we get to the break in the road, the fork to the north.
Around here.
Okay. So go on to important info. Copy text. Calendar generator. I will answer that question in a bit because it's going to take
Okay,
some time
no
to load.
It's
Looking at this code, I'm like,
you.
Cool.
You can tell us after the session. It's okay. Don't want to tie up a whole bunch
in
of time
character, we just know what day it is.
determining what day of the week it is. That's probably not super important.
All right.
So Banefellow was here, and Banefellow left. That's very interesting.
Just like we were here and have now left.
That is also interesting. We should write that down.
We share something in common with him. He has a piece of the book. You have a piece of the book. He's mysterious and unknown, and we are, to most of the other people that we've encountered, mysterious.
Maybe we're just as good as he is. Or just as bad.
We haven't stolen any books yet, so we can't be just as bad.
That's true. That is quite the serious crime.
I burned a book once.
What? What did the book ever do to you?
I couldn't read it at the time.
Well, that's okay. Was there at least pictures to look at?
No.
That was easy. Well, that's okay.
It's okay if you burn a book, as long as you can't read it.
A book that you can't read has very little value to you. You could probably use it as a doorstop or a paperweight.
Hey, to test out my
Tinder.
fire.
Fire practice, yes.
It's Emodane, by the way.
It's Emo Dane, my dudes.
Evidence is dying over there. So just to give you a background on how it works. So like God of music and inspiration and secrets and silence are pairing. So they're the senses. So sendane is the first one, and so on and so forth. So for example, the second pairing is Zarak, God of War and Discord, and then Huitran, God of Peace and Reason. So that's Emodane, emotion, and so on and so forth. So that's where the namings come from.
Cool.
Fun stuff.
We'll all be emo today.
Okay, so you know that it takes, if you were to walk to Jane, it would take a week to get there from Jewel. However, since you are on carriage, while it's going to take a similar amount of time, you're not going to get as tired. So you're going to be several days on the road here. So like, for example, it's each square is about I forget the amount of travel. Let's see here. Travel pace. You can travel, if you're going fast, 4 miles per hour. So at normal pace, it's 3 miles an hour. So it depends on how long you're going to be traveling throughout the day. But as you can see, Jewel is kind of a side trek. If you're going along the main road, a lot of people don't even stop at Jewel because it's such a stop. You know what I mean? Because it's, about 33 miles inward from the... So even though you guys left at morning, it's more than past midday by the time you get to the road break and continue north. Like you've already been traveling for about 10 hours by carriage, unless you're going a little bit faster than normal, which I doubt. Correct? You're going at normal pace.
I assume Ulrich is driving.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see any reason to rush, personally.
He's probably the only person in the party that has carriage driving.
You don't
knowledge.
actually need proficiency to drive it. The proficiency only matters for when, like, a roll is called for. Then you can add your proficiency. Otherwise, you're just rolling without. It's like every skill. You technically roll, you just don't get.
I assume at some points during the day you'll probably be going at a faster pace. You're not really like looking around for anything, right? You're not doing like passive perception checks or anything like that. You're kind of just traveling along the road. Am I right?
The
Right, I
whole
mean,
point
we
of
have a-
passive perception is that you don't roll for it.
Right.
But yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, we have a general idea to go north, so probably every now and then, I don't know, once we feel like we have a general idea of what direction they are, and once we kind of feel like we're closer in that region, maybe we'll talk loudly about our vast wealth.
To try and attract some bandits to you or whatnot.
Are we there
Yeah, I
yet?
think we can-
'Cause I have to pee.
We'll turn this cart right around.
So
Guys, what did we do with all the jewels?
the general idea for slow, normal, and fast pace for travel is slow is 2 miles an hour or 200 feet a minute, which means 18 miles in one day. A normal pace is 24 miles per day, and a fast pace is 30 miles per day. And that's if you travel for 8 hours, I believe.
Sounds quite strenuous.
24 miles is walking pace. I'm assuming we're probably doing about that.
Yeah, because, I mean, so carriages, while they basically go about walking pace. You're not like riding on a horse fast. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
Certainly one that has 6 people loaded up in it.
Right.
And a dog.
And a dog.
Now, is Sippo riding the dog while riding the carriage?
Now, if we're both in the carriage, I'll just sit beside it. And, like, I should be like laying, like, you know, dogs like curled up, and Zip will just be laying against her.
So, just refresh my memory, Ulrich. You bought 2 horses for the carriage or 1?
It's a 2-horse carriage.
Yeah. Okay. So the mounts that we have is 2 horses and the dog that Zippo bought. Correct? That's the animals we have.
Yeah.
So far.
Yes. Our menagerie is just this deep so far.
We shall be growing it by the city, and by the town, and by any animal that we can get our hands on. To grow our army, and conquer the world.
All right. So, let me describe the landscape around you. The road follows along the river to the west of you. Just double checking the body of water that is. It's called Ridian's Wash. Yeah. And it comes from Jane's Reach and flows down into the swamps to the east, below Jewel, as you can see. So the area directly east of you is packed earth and then kind of slopes down into the swamps. Sometimes the swamps kind of come close to the road, sometimes they don't. Every once in a while you spot things moving in the distance in the swamp, but they don't really, from where you are, you can't really tell what they are, and they disappear just as quickly as you see them. You have a few guesses of what they could be, such as Naga, among other things, but ultimately none of them come close enough to bother you at this point. I would say you get to the corner of the first corner of the box north of the bridge on your first night.
Yes, I'll volunteer to be up for the. How are we doing watches again? It's been a while.
I mean, the best thing to do is probably do 2 people up, 2 people down in 4-hour shifts, something like that.
Are we doing?
Does that make sense?
Are we doing 3 4-hour watches?
That might be better, yeah.
Roger can be on 2 of those because I only need to transfer 4 hours.
Yeah.
I could do 1, but I need some sleep after that.
Yeah.
Likewise. I'll take first watch with you though.
I'll take second watch. Yarvik is feeling well rested.
Then Zippo, you want to take the dawn shift?
Yeah, that'll work.
Or I guess it would be you and Belzian or you and Jordan for the dawn shift because I will need to sleep eventually.
I'll take the dawn shift because our
Yeah.
bard needs his beauty sleep.
Yeah, I can take down shit.
Jordan's also transcribing for us.
No, he's doing a thing.
Yeah, once you guys made camp and had dinner, rations, he disappeared into his bag a little bit less secretively than he once was. At this point, the jig's up, right? So. All right, so I guess if you guys are doing watches, you'll want to, probably roll some perception checks.
I'm assuming we're leaving our campfire lit here because we actually kind of want to draw attention. In addition to perception, I'm going to try and hide. On the first watch here.
I rolled in advance.
23 for stealth and 28 for perception.
Let's see here. Okay. Excellent. Well. And who else is doing watch with you? Is that it?
First watch, Ulrich is there for
Okay.
first watch.
All right.
So I would be assisting him in perception.
All right.
Uh,
So go ahead and roll with advantage then, Roger. Not that you rolled pretty well there.
I cannot roll any better.
Oh,
yeah, he can't
you
roll that.
you did correct.
That
Yep,
was
okay.
funny.
So yeah, doesn't matter. Okay. So I'll say that the you observing the area, it's pretty open. There's not very many trees. It's not the only way you can hide your fire is with the wagon itself. Pretty much everything else is just outcroppings or high brush and things like that. You kind of see the dual half moons at this point illuminating the area. Some you see them reflecting off of the swamps to the west. But other than that, just the sounds of insects and wind whispering through the brush and whatnot. All right. So second watch is whom?
Roger and York.
All right, Yarvik, roll me a perception, please. And Roger, you'll need one as well. I guess unless one is assisting the other.
I'll just re-roll my perception.
Yeah.
Well,
there.
natural 20.
Yep. So you're still good. It looks like Yarvik is a good luck charm for Roger even.
I need all of that I can get.
So the breeze that you were hearing from before has changed slightly, Roger. It sounds as if as the wind whispers through the brush that you hear a clattering sound. Almost like wood clattering against itself. Like if somebody were to drop a pile of dried wood on the ground. But like slow tumble, not like a boom. Does that make sense?
Can I tell about how far away and like in what direction that is?
It's coming from the west, somewhere on the edge of the swamp.
So like towards the riverbank.
What? East. Somewhere to the east. My bad. I don't know what's like. I never have problems with like directions, so I don't know why.
It's okay. So from the swamp direction.
Yes.
I don't know what to make of that. Does it sound close by or quite far away?
Within 500 feet of the camp.
So I'll let Yarvik know that I heard something. So, hey, go investigate that.
Yep. Just kind of get the bow ready, and I will. I'm going to hang back a couple of paces and provide a little cover.
Okay, fair enough.
We'll stealth way over there, I guess. Be all sneaky.
All right, so what do you got for stealth?
You want me to roll again?
Yes.
19.
I will try to be stealthy as well. I don't want to be flopping along behind him.
Okay. Fair rolls, fair rolls. All right. So you guys creep forward to investigate the noise. Jaeger, are you holding a lantern or anything to light the way?
You said we could see both moons, so I figured we would have at least...
You have low light, yes. I'm just wondering if you've got anything brighter than that you're using.
Nah, that would have kind of defeated the purpose of the stealth, so...
Fair enough. Yeah, I'm just checking.
Combat breaks out. We both have fire arrows, so we can improvise light if need be.
Yeah. So, Roger, as you guys approach the area of the sound, you hear a distinct... the clattering is happening in almost a musical fashion and getting closer, and it's rhythmic almost. It's almost like a xylophone going up and down, like do, except without the ringing sound. It's the clattering sound. So almost like an automatic clatter, like. Does that make sense? It's meshed with the wisping sound of the grass, and you actually spot the grass moving in a kind of a serpent-like pattern, and then you see it. It looks like a snake with the head of a man, but it's made completely of bone.
What's it doing? Aside from moving around in what sounds like a circle.
So it's not it's not in a circle anymore. It's heading in the direction of the light of the party, the campfire.
It's coming straight at us.
Yes.
I guess we run back to the party and wake everyone up, right?
I believe this calls for raising a ruckus.
guess we'll
So the question is, do you run back to the party to wake them up, or surprise it before it gets to the party and hope that that wakes them up?
I don't want to be separated from the party when we surprise.
How far away did we get? Can we see the party? Can we see the fire? Can we see the wagon?
You got about 200 feet. So almost halfway from when you first heard the noise.
So I guess let's move back. I want to try and get within like a move or a double move away from the party before we stir up any trouble.
Okay.
I don't want to make a bunch of noise now because it will notice us.
Right. So if you continue your sneak, since it didn't see you, it actually slithers past both of you. If you continue your sneak, it'll be at half move, meaning that it's moving full move toward the party. It's going to reach you. You realize as it slithers past you that it's going to beat you to the group.
So, I guess when it's maybe 2 rounds away, if I can judge the distance.
Okay.
Which I guess puts us at a little over 2 rounds away or 3 rounds away or something like that. I'll make a bunch of noise. We'll shout out. Get up. Right. Wake up, danger.
Okay. So when it's about 100 feet away from the group, I would say no. Yeah, 100 feet away from the group. Which means that you are about
150?
What was that?
150-ish away.
Yeah, so you're moving at half speed. It gained let's say I know you move a little bit faster than 15 around, but not by much because it's only have a move of 35, right? So if it's moving 60 and you're moving 15, because it's double moving, it moves for 2 rounds, so 30 versus 120, so it'll be 90 feet ahead of you and 100 feet from the group.
Okay, that's
Yay,
room for me
math.
That's room for me to dash forward and be in range. So
Okay.
yay, rogue extractions.
So, as it approaches the group, Roger makes some shout outs to the group and calls out to the group to wake up. And I guess at that point, it's could you? I guess.
Followed it up with the shot from the bow too.
Oh, you're okay. So you're shooting at the Naga.
I'm waiting for him to start yelling, and then I'm going to take a shot.
Okay. So you guys are going to initiate a surprise round. All right. Roll initiative.
$19.
Jaeger's got 12. So Roger, Yarvik, and I'll roll.
Here, I need to step out for a second. I'll be right back.
Sounds good.
Y'all just chilling in the wagon. Or do we have like camp around a fire kind of thing?
I think it's not from what you're used to and the amount of people that can fit in the caravan. It's probably more like you're on the ground.
Nice.
Because, supplies and whatnot. Zippo could fit in the wagon, but you'd be hard pressed to fit 4 people in the wagon, at the same time for sleeping.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zippo's laying on the too.
Like my little Honda CRV, trying to get 6 people to sleep in that at the same time.
Right. Yeah.
We tested it out at my after prom. We can safely and comfortably fit 8 people in the bed of my truck with the bed cover down.
But could you all sleep or just sit?
You could sleep in it like it's laying down, but you'd have people on top of you. But it's still comfortable, If you get any more than 8, it starts getting really cramped.
Yeah, my friend had an old Chevy Caprice, one of the old boxy ones from the '80s, and yeah, you could fit 4 people, like 4 grown adults in that trunk. So we know what the cops did with all the bodies.
Why doesn't everybody else roll initiative just so that we have it? Because even if you're asleep, it's still your round when it's your round. You know what I mean?
I would like to take the sleep action.
All right, so Zippo is 8. Ulrich is 13.
11. Hey, do my rolls show up in a weird purple box for you guys?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened.
I don't either.
I'm special. Yeah, I think it's the D&D Beyond isn't synced with Roll20 the same way or something like that. I can look into
It's
it.
your West Coast stuff.
That's right. It's the Canadian version of Roll20.
Oh, nice. I'm not gonna make a map for this just because it's one thing. It's a flat plane. I might just make a page real quick.
Theater of the Mind.
Sorry about that.
Draw the encounter in MS Paint. Now, go.
I'm back.
Welcome back, and it's your turn.
My turn. I will. Do I have assassinate? Is the Naga surprised?
Yes.
All right. Hopefully, I don't miss.
I like that you called it a Naga.
The Naga skeleton. Do I have advantage?
Well, it's a surprise round. So you get assassinate, which means you also get sneak.
Does a 13 hit?
That's a good question. It does not. But with assassinate, isn't it automatically a critical?
It requires me to hit.
Let me look at your sheet real quick. Just want to make sure I don't cheat you out of a potential. Yada da 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 da.
No, it does say I have advantage on attack rolls against any creature that hasn't taken a turn yet.
Yeah, so that's your advantage. That's what's giving you the sneak attack. So
I rolled lower on the second, so
I see that.
I missed.
So
But
if
we
you
tried.
score a hit, yeah, then it's considered critical. Got it. Okay. I'm going to add some stuff real quick. Ba-ba-da. party. Why is it not adding stuff that I wanted to? Come on. There we go. Can you guys see your characters now?
Yep.
Yeah.
I should be over on, yeah.
Let's check measurements real quick. So let's say it's something like that. I know it's not quite. It's about right. You know what I mean? Like, it works.
Close, good enough for government work.
Yeah. Just pretend that there's, you know, we said 90 feet away.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just pretend you're 90 feet. So you've got to move an additional 45 feet.
I just need to step away for a second. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's fine. All right. So you shot an arrow, a fire arrow, nonetheless. Correct?
Regular arrow.
A regular arrow. Okay. And then missed. It flew by the bone naga. Yarvik.
I'm going to try out my handy dandy new sharpshooter feat, which says if make a ranged weapon proficient with, you can choose to take a -5 penalty to the attack roll and add 10 to the attack's damage. So I think I can just click this. Let's.
Okay, so you're shooting at it, and you took 5 off so that you could add to damage. Correct? Is that
Correct. So
Okay.
I think it's. I think it shows the adjusted
yes?
number in the chat.
So
Yeah, you have 1d20 -5, but you need to add your regular bonuses to that, right?
So I don't know. I guess the question is, does that calculate?
So he got an 18 and then subtracted 5.
It doesn't look like that's got your regular bonuses included in there.
Let's
It just
see
has a
here.
negative.
Yeah, it
5.
doesn't, because it should be a plus. It looks like it's a +9.
Yeah, so you should be at a +4 from your roll. So add 4 to that, which would be a 17.
I'm not sure how to do that in.
Yeah.
You
Sharpshooter.
tell the DM it's 4 higher.
Yeah, you can just do it that way.
So 17.
$17 hits.
Okay, let's see if this works.
Yep, that works.
That doesn't look like it's including your regular bonus to damage, though.
Yeah, it's same. I don't think it is. Hold on a second.
Well, that was a d20 plus 10. I don't think that's coming across correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's calculating correctly because if we're adding 9 to hit as well as to 1d8 plus
So
5.
you rolled a 5 plus 10. What's the plus 10 from?
The sharpshooter.
Plus
but,
10 is sharpshooter.
But that's not counting the
Oh,
his normal damage.
you're
bonus.
trying to roll damage. So rolling damage, you just roll your damage and then add whatever you subtracted.
Okay, so strike that roll.
Yeah.
Plus 10, so 16.
All right, 16 damage to the Naga. Okay.
You could take a shot and move 30 feet, correct? Is that how that normally works? You get a full move and then you can do an action and then move?
As long as you're breaking your sneak.
Well, yeah, at this point, I mean, once he's hit, the sneak is done, right? Is that that's how that works? At least as far as I know.
Potentially, yeah. I mean, if you attack and then you take another action to hide instead of move, it might not see you, but
I mean,
at this point,
Roger's
you're
making a bunch
trying
of
to
noise,
catch up,
so.
and he's making noise. Yeah, so
Speed is of the essence now. Like the jig is up. I think I need to move. So
yeah.
30 feet, right? Each square is 5 feet.
Yes, but remember you have 45 feet to make up before you get to it. Get to the edge of the map.
Right. So just nothing changes there. Okay.
Yeah. We'll say that you're on the edge of the map now, where you actually are. I'll give you that just for ease. All right. So that was the surprise round. The Naga screeches in a noise that it shouldn't be able to make, considering it's a bone made out of bone. It has no lungs, but the magic that's powering it kind of screeches through its mouth and makes this whistling screech as it rears up and unfolds its arms that were tucked within the rib cage of the Naga as it was slithering around. And it now is definitely a Naga and not just a bone snake. So your theory, it was correct. At this point, with the noise that Roger's making and the screeching of the Naga, Jordan, let's see if he wakes up.
Wake up. Why don't you put on a little...
Why'd you leave the keys on the carriage?
Here you go, telling stories again.
Jordan does not wake up. Roger, your turn.
What about the rest of the party?
Well, it was a surprise round. You two were the only two aware of it. They are also surprised, so they are skipped in the surprise round.
Okay, but they're awake now.
So next round, I you know what? Everybody make a perception roll to see if you hear what's going on or if you wake up.
Perception?
Yes, please.
It auto gives me disadvantage, but it's nighttime, so would I get the advantage?
Yeah, you get the first roll.
Okay, so it'd be 14.
Do you want it with disadvantage since we're asleep?
Nope.
Okay, 18.
Zippo and Belzian wake up.
Wow! What is going on?
But you guys are prone and on the ground.
You're double prone.
Double prone.
And I'm not sure if Ulrich's back yet. So we will continue on to Roger.
All right. We'll take a
Jordan
shot.
does wake up.
We'll take a shot at the Naga.
Okay.
It still has yet to act, so I still have advantage. Although that was a natural 20.
Yep.
So we'll just save the second roll. In 5th edition, is that automatically a crit, or do I have to roll more to check?
It's an automatic crit.
Awesome. So I have an advantage, so I have sneak attack, so damage twice. 11 and 7 is 18, and 13 is 21. 31 and 7 is 38.
Very nice. So, with it moving toward the group and it being night and outside of your 60 range of dark vision, that first shot there was kind of like almost like it's a tester shot, right? You tried to get it, you tried to ring true, and you realized with the wind and the darkness that you were misjudging. So you lined up a second shot and basically blasted off disconnected the joint at one of its arms, one of its shoulders, and it kind of blew apart as the arrow impacts that side and drops to the ground, with the arm kind of twisting wildly on the ground as that critical hit happens. It is still up, but obviously it is lost use of one of its hands.
It's disarmed.
Yes, disarmed.
I'll take a move and then kind of diagonally up and to the left, and then dash the rest of the ways to try and end up around here-ish. If I can do my...
You should be able to move your guy.
I cannot. Or I'm cooking the wrong thing in here.
Interesting. There you go.
Go 2, 5, 6, 7. Shift back. Punch. Forward 30, or move another 7 up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. At least that puts me here if I'm just moved diagonally twice. Or does that put me a little further forward? So you said we were 45 feet back?
Yes.
So 70 and 45 is 25 feet forward, so 5 squares. That'll put me here.
Perfect.
Alright. That is my turn.
Ulrich, are you back yet? Alright, I will roll for Ulrich to see if he woke up from the first round. Stand by. Moving over to Ulrich's character. He did not wake up in the surprise round, but he did wake up the second one. So Ulrich startles awake. I assume he was not sleeping in his armor, so he kind of gets up and grabs his weapon. He's going to grab his family great axe, which he, kept lovingly under his pillow. And
As one does.
that's going to be it because he's standing up and equipping. So
It is a great axe.
It is. All right. So, at this point, the Bone Naga turns around and begins and moves straight to Yarvik.
Ruh-roh. This ale's called Bonfire, which is kind of cool because we were camping.
Zippo can create bonfires.
Yeah.
And maybe he can make beer.
All right.
Summon ale.
Summon the best spell.
It stops short of you about, it goes about here. And begins kind of rhythmically maneuvering itself, swaying in front of you. Please make a wisdom save. Yarvik. Well, damn. So, you feel for a moment that something is trying to take hold of your mind, but you kind of hit your head and, like, you snap completely out of it, and, like, shake it off immediately. And it kind of hisses at you, like, annoyedly.
After shaking his head, Yarvik just whatever the in-world version is of flipping at the bird, and then
it's your turn now. Yeah.
Since I'm not familiar with that, and I'm kind of a little weirded out, even though I made the saving throw, I have space to safely disengage, so I'm going to start making my way. I'm going to put some space, full 30 feet, and then I'm going to try a, ensnaring,
Yeah.
Ensnaring strike. Hit the wrong button. I wanted to post that, not do that.
Well, it's, yeah, I see. So you do the other button instead. Yeah, there you go.
That's what I'm looking for.
DC 12, so I will roll that. Is that a
I believe I have to land
a strength check? Oh yeah, so make your hit first. Yeah, that's going to be a hit. Yeah.
Then it should be the D6 damage plus the ensnarling strike.
So,
correct?
The regular longbow damage.
So vines appear at the point of impact, and I must succeed on a strength check. So yeah, do the. Okay, so. Well, damn, full damage. 13 damage to the bone snake. And then let me make a strength check. I beat it. So I am not ensnared, so it's not an additional 1d6. It kind of thrashes off the vines.
All right, I'm going to complete the move by moving my full 30 feet.
So, are you moving your guy right now? Okay, there it is. Okay, cool. I just wanted to make sure you could.
And that's it.
All right. Belzian.
Belzian is going to unprone and move. Well, what's going on here? 'Cause I think standing up takes an action, and I can use the bonus action to move.
Yes.
Come on. We're just like in general forest, right?
We're in a swamp.
But regular movement is what I meant. What's going on? That's all Belzian's doing for now.
Don't let it give you the stare down. Oh, it's a giant bone snake.
Oh, what?
Zippo.
I'll stand up, and then how far away is it from me?
Really far.
110 feet.
So not 300 feet. Awesome. I'm gonna Eldritch Blast it.
Yeah!
Zorg.
25 hit.
I guess the question is, with it being night and low light, can you see it?
It's low light, and I have dark vision.
Yeah. You should be able to see it. I have accounted for. I guess it was kind of rhetorical. It's I think what I've been doing works well is that I added a little bit to the armor class in terms of like it's got a little bit more. It's harder to hit it a little bit.
Gotcha.
At a distance.
Of course, that don't matter when it's Eldritch Blast.
Yeah. It's 10 force and 2 fire.
Yeah, so the 25 hits, and basically what happens is Zippo, like kind of lurches out of bed, points his finger at it, zaps it with Eldritch Blast, and it explodes into a pile of bones. and maybe he even just goes back to sleep.
It's like we're on watch. We yell. Zippo kind of like rolls out of bed, points his finger at it, and it disintegrates, and then he goes back to sleep.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
pretty much exactly what happens.
Brilliant.
All right, Bone Naga is dead.
Was it already dead? Or just made of bones?
It is now dead instead of undead.
It's re-dead.
It's deader.
Deadest.
Dead squared.
Dead 2.
It's a
Son of
re-dead.
dead.
It's a re-dead.
Electric boogaloo.
See?
No. He did Eldritch Blast, not an electric attack.
Oh, right. Sorry. Fire.
Dead 2, son of dead.
I liked it. Did Zippo at least make finger guns when casting Eldritch?
He is very groggy, so he more or less just like was like, "Are you serious?" And so he just kind of instinctively shot it when he flicked his hand at it, and then
Be gone.
Be gone, thought.
Ain't got time for this. Bye, Felicia.
so it was a very grumpy morning person.
Technically, not morning.
We did it.
Hooray.
All right.
Camping successful.
Hooray.
Does anything else exciting happen on our watch? Roger would like to go to sleep now. or go trans.
All right. You guys go back to camp. Who's got third watch?
Last watch will be Zippo and I think Belzian.
Yeah, let's do this, buddy. Keep an eye out for trouble.
So
If you want.
after the battle, rather than allowing Zippo to truly fall back to sleep, they take the time. They take the opportunity to wake you up.
Well, you're awake now. You can stand on my shoulders if you want, friend.
No, it's fine. I got it. Ah.
All right, rest of the night.
19 for perception. I instantly did it.
It's weird that it's at atomic and then Zippo for your 2 rolls.
Yeah, I think it was because one of them rolled from D&D Beyond, which counts as Zippo, and then I clicked the damage in here, which for some reason counts me as atomic.
Yeah, makes sense. All right.
Yeah,
So,
in roll 20, you can choose who you appear as.
Belzian and Zippo, you keep watch of the night, specifically looking at the swamps for any more of the bone variety enemies, and don't seem to see anything else.
Elzine is very excited to be on watch. It's like his favorite thing. But he's slightly saddened that nothing exciting happened.
All right, so it is morning. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
That was
Sun is shining.
interesting.
Tank is clean.
Another beautiful day. What even was that thing?
I already missed the duck sausage.
We've got these lovely rations you could snack on.
Garvik grumbles off in the corner, shoving rations at his face.
Yeah, jerky, hardtack, nuts, dried fruit,
Probably
stuff
tastes
like that.
like kind of like the bottom of a shoe, you know, but more.
I wouldn't say so. I mean, rations that people buy for travel aren't. It's kind of like, you go to Whole Foods and get trail mix or like, like it's stuff like that.
Sticks.
Like
it's a Cliff Bar.
MREs are actually pretty tasty.
yeah,
MR, these are legit.
jerky, dried fruit, hardtack. The hardtack being like the hard cracker is it's more like a softer biscuit that's kind of in a crunchy form. So like,
Dried out.
yeah.
Yeah, I will say if Ulrich hears Jorvik grumbling, he says, "Ain't your last name Venisonbringer?" I mean, live up to it.
I haven't seen a deer in weeks.
I ain't seen you try. I'm just kidding with you though.
I missed the stout too.
Yeah, that is a harder thing to accomplish.
It seems to me that Master Vensenbringer has become slightly accustomed to the pleasantries of civilization.
The city is a powerful pull. The years spent in the forest were hard. It's nice to sleep on a warm bed and have hot breakfast every day and traveling companions to adventure with. It's definitely a different way of life.
Well, friends, shall we get on the road?
I can't see much point in staying here.
Verily, we shall.
Yeah, let's get back on the road.
Onward.
All right. So, day 2 of traveling from Jewel to Jane, I guess, is your ultimate destination. Brings you toward the part of the bend where the road starts turning away from the river and going due northeast. Every once in a while, you see wagons or a train of wagons traveling the opposing direction back toward Jewel and beyond. Or maybe a lone or pairing of people on horseback. The caravan drivers greet and wave at you guys. The horsemen generally pass with no comment. They go by fairly quick. Is there anything you wish to do when any of these pass?
I'd like to try and get a look at their faces.
Okay.
If I'm assuming most of them aren't hiding their faces, but
Yeah. Mostly everyone. I don't think there's anyone that had like a covered face now. And if you're looking for a specific red-haired individual, no one matching that description.
Belzian, not well traveled or socialized, awkwardly wave at everybody.
The kid on the street that waves at everyone that goes past
Yeah.
causes accidents.
Just a kid in the car on the road trip with the truck drivers honk your horn.
Yeah.
You know?
Zippo will be the grumpy kid who just wants to get this over with because he doesn't like new people that often. So everybody that we go past that waves back at Belzian, Zippo will just angrily stare at.
This is the death glare, the side eye. The Belzian requests they honk their horse horns. I don't know how that would work. Never mind. Can we edit that out of the Thank
Donkey. All right. So, other than that, the day's travel doesn't warrant much. The ground has gotten significantly drier and more lush. You even spot a few patches, copse of trees here and there. Especially toward the banks of the river that stretches off and into the distance, eventually getting far enough out of sight, or far enough away that it's out of sight. But as you know from the map, it goes north and twists to the northeast. And you rest for the night. This is this area of Seregen tends to be fairly peaceful. There's even a few side roads that you've passed here or there that lead ultimately to some small villages. Ultimately, some of these small villages are likely where the lieutenant had gone off to gather more men to work as town watch at Jewel. But they're far enough off the road that you decide to continue along the main path, I assume, correct?
Are we gonna explore any villages, or are we just cruising on through?
straightforward.
Do we want to ask about Shadow and his band, or
I mean,
ostensibly the goal is to try to hunt this guy down, right?
Yeah,
Has seen the white whale?
Oh me Ishmael.
if we see a village that's like not too far out of the way, I don't see any reason to not stopping there. Maybe we'll get some duck sausage and stout, but also like you're saying, maybe we can get some information together.
I will since I would say that at least Ulrich, maybe even Roger, is familiar with this area of Seregen. There is a town at the crossroads where the East Road ends and the Royal King's Road begins, or not begins, but crosses at that T intersection. Most of these smaller villages are like small fishing villages or things like that are miles off of the path. So like kind of half the amount that it would take to get from Jewel to the road, it would take about that long to get to the village and back. You know what I mean?
We've got like another day's travel to put us almost at that.
Yeah. You'll probably reach that village tomorrow.
We'll stop there tomorrow and ask about the bandits. And if we have to track back south a little bit, then so be it.
Yeah, you'll definitely reach that village late afternoon tomorrow. Maybe early afternoon. Okay. Let's do some perception checks for the evening watch.
Same watch as last time?
Yeah, I assume so. Unless somebody wants to change it up.
That works for me.
So, me and Ulrich first watch.
Yep, Ulrich will assist.
Might need that assist on my perception.
Yeah, that's what he's up to. He's definitely not going to do. He's got human eyes. They're not worth it. So I think that usually gives you advantage.
Yeah, so roll one more time, Roger.
24 then.
Okay,
Nice.
cool. Second watch, please.
Me and Yarvik. New stealth roll, new perception roll. Perception still terrible, stealth still awesome.
Okay.
Buried my head in the sand. Now you actually can't see me, but I can't hear you.
And third watch.
A 16.
And Zippo.
7.
Okay. All right. So, the only thing of note for this evening is that the second moon is waning, so it's getting closer to the new moon. The first moon is still in its full half stage. So the first moon is Sierra, second moon's Rian. Other than that, it's partly cloudy, so it's not always visible, which probably accounts for some of the lower rolls. But ultimately, fortunately for the group, nothing messes with the group tonight.
Nothing ever messes with us.
Dun dun dun. Good morning. All right, so I'll just continue on. The party continues through the day, traveling northeast, and in the distance, a small town rises into view as the landscape kind of plateaus and is a bit hilly in some sections. But it's mostly flat in this area. You see on the other side of the town, as you get closer, that there is a large stretch of forests north of the village. The town is quite small as you arrive in town. The town is, when you ask a person in town, the town is named New Pod. It's a small farming town, centralized around a tavern, which also doubles as like a town meeting hall, it seems. The tavern is named the Anvil. And sure enough, the symbol on its sign is of a golden anvil.
Top marks for creativity in this town.
So there are a few buildings dotted around the tavern in kind of a close proximity around it. And then you see homes in the distance around farmland. A few of them look like most of the homes are painted white. They're all white in color, made out of wood. But there are a few off toward the forests that are actually blackened and gray. And they appear from this distance that there's some damage that might have happened to some of those locations.
Is there a smithy, perhaps near to the anvil called the Hammer?
Yeah, there's a blacksmith attached to the tavern, yes. But it's not called the Hammer, no. Missed opportunity. You can let them know.
I will file a complaint with their management.
Adventurers and also marketing managers.
Or write a strongly worded scroll of disapproval.
Speaking of scrolls, this town, is it big enough to possibly have a magic item shop that's not run by whatever his face was in the other town?
Yeah, fuck that guy.
You are able to scan the town in one glance. There's not very many shops in the town at all. It's mainly just this tavern. There may be a general store, but you kind of get the feeling that there might not be anything except for traveling equipment there, or maybe, basic food and other things. Living, a grocer of some sort.
Gotcha. And I guess I don't really need any weapons, so Zip will just follow the rest of the party and talk to Brunhild the entire time about how great of a dog she is.
So it is later afternoon, at I'd say probably 4 or 5 o'clock at this point that you've reached New Pod.
We'll inquire about reports of bandits.
Okay, so you're just asking people out.
We'll start by asking the bartender, I suppose. I guess they would be the best source of news.
Yeah, are we hitting the pub for hopefully duck sausage and getting some leads?
You enter the tavern. Inside is a pretty nondescript tavern. It's got a bar on one side, opposite the front door. To the left, there's actually like a raised area, like a step up stage. So it's not like a 3 or 4 feet high stage. It's more like a 1 step up from the rest of the room. Everything in the main room looks like it can be moved at a moment's notice. Nothing's like bolted down to the ground like some or booth or anything like that. It's all tables and chairs. There aren't very many people in the tavern at the moment. It seems fairly empty. There's a middle-aged man, kind of. It looks like he's rubbing a cloth into a cloth or into a mug almost habitually, as if he's cleaned it several times today. Howdy, travelers. Welcome to the Anvil. How may I help you?
We're curious about some reports of bandits in the area.
Ah, you come to help us with the bandit problem, have you?
If we can.
Yeah, we got quite a few bandits in this area. You might have seen a few of our farms out to the north have been attacked.
Where are these bandits coming from? Do they originate from this fine township?
Well, they started a few months ago attacking travelers coming to and from our area. And recently they've set their sights on attacking the town itself. We actually have had a few people move away, or some who have lost their homes and some who just thought it was too dangerous to live in New Pod. They've either gone east to Licht or made their way somewhere else. They come from the north, somewhere in the forests out there. They're probably holed up, and every once in a while they come in and attack us.
Kind
of shakes his head sadly. That's the thing of it. Sometimes it's just a few of them. The largest group was about 40 men on horseback.
All right.
How do you fight them off?
He kind of looks at you flatly and says, as best as we can, but not well.
Does any of their number use any spells?
Not that I could tell. It seems more like they take what they want and burn the rest. They've been going slowly, one farm at a time. All the farms that are miles out, gone.
And what do they seem to want?
They want the town. It seems.
This town?
Yeah, I know. I have no idea.
Right, but I mean, what you said they take what they want and burn the rest. What are they taking?
Supplies, anything of interest. People have lost their life savings, their, bedding, living supplies, food, you name it. We've managed to keep them away from the center of town, but they keep growing in number. And as you know, us small towns, we don't get a guard like some of the bigger folk, the city folk. We're left to our own devices.
Maybe we can put a stop to this. We'll certainly try.
Well, I hope you can help, but he just kind of looks around and says, I hope you can help. He just seems a little defeated, you know what I mean? Like, he's here, but he doesn't know why at this point.
A little bit downtrodden.
Yeah. Okay, I'm from a small town. I understand.
Well, I think that's a good place to end it for tonight. So, welcome to New Pod. We'll pick up next time right here where we're leaving off now. Is that fair for everyone?
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
All right, so our next meeting would be in 2 weeks from today.
21st.
Does that
2
work for
days.
everyone?
As far as I know.
Yeah, so far.
Yeah.
I'll have you know that the 21st is the 21st of the 21st year of the new century, and it's our 12th session. So
1, 2, 2, 1.
1, 2. Well, guys, thanks for joining me, and thank you all out there in Twitchland for being part of this session. We will see you in 2 weeks at 7-ish Eastern Standard Time here on the Wombat of Doom channel. We had an eventful night and got a lot done, so we're in a whole new world now, a whole new place.
A whole new pod.
A whole new pod. Yep. Beat me to it. All right, good night.